to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, welcome everybody. Welcome folks on Zoom to our Wednesday, September 6th, 1 o'clock general meeting of the Southampton Town Board of Trustees. I will ask Secretary and Treasurer Powell to call the roll.
William Parrish.
Present.
Ann Wacom.
Here.
Edward J. Warner is away. William Powell is present, and Scott Howard is president.
I am here. All right, so the next work session that we're going to have for everybody's information is on September 18th at 9:30 a.m., followed by a general session at 1 p.m. on the same day. We do have a packet of minutes that has to be approved.
I'll make a motion to approve them.
Okay, motion by Trustee Pell, seconded by Trustee Welker. All in favor?
Aye.
We did receive some communications, which I would like to make a motion to dispense with the reading of. You can read that at your leisure. For a second.
Second.
Seconded Trustee Parish. All in favor?
Aye.
Right. Public portion. I have some folks from the public. If you need to speak to the trustees, if you're here for public portion, you're here to speak. If you're going to speak, you have 3 minutes to speak. You have to state your name. You could go to the podium. You could sign your name and.
Right now?
Sure,
Yes, sure.
absolutely. We don't.
Never been here before.
This way, we'll get what you have to say, or what's going on, and then we'll get you on your way.
My name is Susan O'Brien, and I am a resident of Pine Neck, which I'm sure you're all aware of what is happening in Pine Neck with the marina. And we had a meeting on Friday night, and there was a lot of concern about the neighborhood and about the fragile waterways of the neighborhood. And we are looking to have an environmental study done. I understand that there are a lot of entities. You have the trustees, yourselves, you have the council, you have the Marine Patrol. There is a lot going on, and it needs to be addressed. As I'm sure you're well aware, the gentleman who purchased the property is now looking for a liquor license. It is a residential, has everybody been to Pine Neck? Everybody aware of Pine Neck, of the history of Pine Neck?
Yes.
These little bungalows,
Yeah.
no sidewalks, no lights, no
Very
nothing.
quiet neighborhood.
Very quiet neighborhood.
You want to give us a list of your, concerns, and we'll see what we can.
Sure.
I mean.
Can I grab my
what are
phone
you gonna
and
read?
just?
Yes.
Yeah, if you want,
Yeah.
then you can go down a list, and then some of the stuff that's the purview of this board, perhaps we can work on, and some stuff maybe other.
Exactly.
Why don't you do that?
And maybe you can guide me as far.
Right, why don't we do that to help you get where you gotta go?
Because the trustees have a history of Hidden Cove Marina problems over the years.
Say
Right,
that again?
let's,
The trustees have a list of permits or problems we had with the Hidden Cove Marina.
Okay. You have a list already.
Yeah.
One of the things.
It's not a list, but things, troubles we had.
this is,
And-
Okay.
right, but this is public portion, so we want to more hear what it is that your concerns are, to see how we can address or guide.
Okay. One of the concerns is that we are aware that the moorings, the Southampton Town moorings that are in the cove, there's a limit to the size of the boats, which are 26 feet. The boats that are at the marina are upwards of 60 feet. So there's a concern about that as being in the same exact little creek, why one is allowed to
Charlotte,
be
can
and
you
not
say
the
Hidden
other.
Cove
So
Marina
just
up
for
that area?
clarification.
Yeah.
Are the larger boats on the moorings? Or
No,
placed-
Or
no,
at the dock.
Okay.
no, only at the dock, right,
Okay.
right.
Excuse me a second. Hey, Charles, can you turn that other TV on, please, for Charlotte?
Okay, what's on your, else do you have on your?
Okay. There was a lot of talk about the speeding coming through the narrow inlet into the creek. There was a concern about apparently there's a buoy missing, a green buoy that's missing in the inlet.
Okay, so we got speeding boats,
We have speeding boats.
and we have a missing
a missing-
Navigational aid, missing buoy?
Yes.
That's okay, Jess. I'm gonna let her
Yep.
go on.
Environmental study, water contamination, source pollution, discharge fuels, erosion with wakes.
Okay, so, all right, so you're concerned about water quality, right? Everybody's concerned about water
Absolutely.
quality.
Mill Pond.
And you have a problem with boat wakes in the no-wake zone?
Yes,
So you got people, the speeding boats are in the no-wake zone creating wakes?
yes,
Is that what I'm getting?
yes.
Okay.
Hey, Jessica, do you have the address for?
Okay?
Well, do you want me to stop with that?
Well, are you
Because
done
would
with
you
your
want-
list? I wanna,
No,
you
no,
know, keep
not at
going
all.
with your list
Not
and
at
then
all.
we'll see.
Okay.
Because we can't address everything today, obviously, this is a
No.
brief overview, and then
Okay.
if there's things that are different, we could all send you where you gotta go to deal
I-
with that, and then we
okay.
can work on these, and you sign in and put your information on that list, on that sheet
I
there.
will, I will.
Right, so that we know how to reach back to you,
Thank you, I appreciate that.
all right? But go ahead, you're
Okay.
you're doing good.
There's a lot of increased traffic. There's parking problems now on Pine Neck Avenue.
So the increased traffic is, you're not talking waterways now, we're talking roadways.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
And then we have a parking issue on Pine Neck.
On Pine Neck Avenue.
Question. Pine Neck, is that a trustee-owned road that leads to the boat ramp that is adjacent to Hidden Cove Marina?
I think
Hey,
that,
Charlotte, can you pull that up, maybe, what were you
I
saying,
think
sorry?
that we
Yes.
looked at that before it's town. Then it goes to, there's one point it goes from town to trustee. I don't know exactly where it was because we had trouble with that when they built that house just north of the boat, of
Yep.
that
Do
road.
you wanna
Right.
identify the parcel north? Just like right-click that, go down one.
Yeah,
Right-click that,
yep, yep.
identify parcel, trustees.
Right.
So the
So it-
pier or the dock is trustee, but now go back, Charlotte, go to the right on my screen to the east and do the road. Because I don't think that's a trustee-owned road.
Town.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we
Yeah,
went through
maybe
that.
town road, like a lot of the road ends, then it turns into the
That's where
trustees.
Circle Beach is. That's where that- Isn't it?
No.
Where that's-
No,
Yeah.
well,
No.
at the end of that road.
Yeah.
But this is
No,
a road
yeah.
that goes off of Pine Neck
That
Avenue.
little
Yes.
spur
That's-
road is ours, but the main road, Pine Neck, that's a town road.
So that's two different, so
So we would have the,
there's,
see
so
what-
Joe is contradicting what we're seeing in GIS, so.
Yeah.
so
Yes.
Yes, so the boat ramp, the pier part
That
of
is
it,
trustee, yeah.
yeah.
It's just
But
the whole
then the
road.
the whole
road-
thing's showing
Oh,
trustees.
yeah. We could have been more.
It's all showing trustees, the whole
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
From Pine Neck Avenue to the end of the wharf
It's all trustee.
is all trustee.
It's showing trustees.
Yes, you said that,
I was wrong.
But
Right
all
there,
of
where the-
Pine Neck
where the arrow
Ave
is.
Yeah.
is
The
highway,
entire
town
thing
highway.
is-
right.
Right,
Okay.
that's what you're saying. Yeah.
No,
And so-
I was asking about the spur. So the left, I don't know the name of that little road, if there is one, if it's identified, that leads to the boat.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it's
So it's
trustees.
an entry, there's no,
I don't believe so, no.
Right,
sorry,
that.
Jess?
It
Yep.
looks like it's owned by the trustees, according to GIS.
Right.
Yes.
All right, what else do you have on your?
Okay. The issues, the constant traffic, the comings and going for the marina now, the trucks. There was a food truck there the other day. There was a masseuse there the other day. There was a hairdresser there the other day. They had, apparently, I'm not sure if a truck came down, but they had a sewage pump out. They had a gas tanker come down to fill up a truck. The Wakes, he has applied for a liquor license. There's drinking on the dock. The other night, the charter came in at 10 p.m. 14 people got off the boat, got into SUVs. They not only get into SUVs, the parking lots now for the marina they're packed with cars. and now they're overflowing onto Pine Neck Avenue. Kids play, kids swim off that wharf. It's known for families. We've taken the kids down for crabbing, for fishing, for jumping in the water. It is a dangerous situation now. I have pictures with the ice truck coming in and a car trying to come out.
Do you see them unloading the boat with people on our dock, on the trustee dock?
We did, but now we haven't.
Well, because
did.
you guys called
Yeah.
and Marine Patrol was
Down,
called
yeah.
and issued violation,
Right.
or I'm not sure, warnings, I think.
But he had taken over the wharf. He cleaned it all up. If you've ever been down there, it's all shells from the birds dropping the shells. It was all cleaned and blown, and he filled in the holes and stuff like that. So it appears when you look down, even in his pictures for his advertisement, it looks like it is part of his
Operation.
property. Yes. There's concern about the sewage. Okay, now you have 14 people that have been drinking. Now they're getting off. They're using the restroom. Has the septic system been upgraded? Speed bumps needed on Pine Neck Avenue. Is there the piping plovers? Piping plovers is probably not a thing anymore. It doesn't seem to be. The vultures, the electricity, the fire safety. Are there fire
Right. So,
things? Go ahead.
no, I'm just trying to, what else do you have? Because we're moving away from the waterway now, so.
Well, you asked me for
Yeah,
the
yeah, no,
other
is
the
there stuff that's more
concerns.
towards the water? Because like
Well-
fire safety, you can get the fire marshal.
Okay. Yep.
Some of the stuff I think sounds like maybe potential code enforcement
Enforcement.
issues.
Right. They did put a work stop, but
So you guys have contacted them, you filing Southampton Online Solution complaints and whatnot?
yes.
Is there
Yes.
anything else on there that you have on the list that's in the water side?
Well, no, the erosion, what I told you in the beginning,
yeah.
right? The erosion, the contamination, the environmental study.
What's our signage down there?
That's what I was just gonna say.
Yeah, what's our signage like down
Signage
there? Is it
as far
still?
as
Oh, no.
speeding.
In
or
terms of
stuff.
anything on the pier, in terms of what
I
you
think
can.
There's
on this
trustee.
side, I think we were trying, Stafford was trying to put no parking on this side.
Oh, I don't know about no parking, I'm not sure.
The
We'd
signs
have
are
to check
faded,
that.
you can't even read them. It's like Circle Beach. We're like the poor family of the Hamptons, but we're not anymore.
Right, so we're gonna have to take a look and see. We're gonna have to have some conversations about,
You have to drive, I'll drive down there.
yeah, why don't you check this out? We have your phone number, you're putting it down up there, right?
Well, you don't have, oh, I'm sorry, you do. Okay, I'll put it here, yep.
So in one of the communications that was sent, I believe, to the board, maybe not the whole board, but I can forward it, there were concerns. So do you know if the business known as Yacht Hampton, is that the new name of the marina, or is that the
It-
charter business?
It is the new name of the marina.
Okay, so
It's
is the
Yacht Hamptons.
is the charter business single and separate from that? Do you
No,
know?
no, to my knowledge, it is part of it.
Okay, because several of the boats that were referenced belong to the charter business, so we just have to determine where that's, because to my understanding, those boats are not berthed at Pine Neck Marina. They're 65 or so feet and like not overnight. That's
Right.
that's what was told to me by the Harbor Patrol.
Okay. I almost got
So-
up last night in the middle of the night to go down and check
And
because I
look.
find it hard to believe that they would spend the money. And in fact, because he came to the meeting, Joe Ioletta, he came to the Circle Beach meeting and said that he bought this because he was paying $41,000 to dock his boats, and he didn't want to do that anymore. So I find it hard to believe that he's not keeping them overnight.
He has to probably change the dockage, the docks in there, because those
So-
docks,
They're brand new. They're
Yeah.
2 years
Wait,
old.
So there was a question too.
yeah, they
as-
probably have to
as
they probably have to reform the docks where to fit a big boat in there.
There's no capacity for 65-foot
No,
boats.
unless they take the finger
Yes.
piers out and put them in that way.
No, that's, there, I think the maximum there is, I don't recall offhand, but I think it's 30, maybe. So, so there was in one of the communiques that I received, there was question about the permitting of the docks at that marina. That was all done previous to this owner, and that was all completed. So that's all fine. That permitting for the docks, for the replacement of those docks and the bulkhead was all completed.
Was completed, right, and that was
When did it
fine,
get-
About 10 years
right,
ago.
Yeah.
right.
15
So,
years ago.
The other question,
2000, 20 years
was,
ago.
the
Just when I saw
movement
the
of the
marina,
boats
I think
within,
that's
like the movement of the docks within that setup. To my knowledge, there has not been any movement of the catwalks or any of the docks within the marina setup. So, because
No.
somebody asked about that, so I'm just trying to address the questions that we received that were separate from yours, but that we
Right.
received in a letter. I will look into the green channel marker. I've put in a request for that, and I've also put in a request, the speeding in the channel. Have you guys called about that at all? Because I asked to see if,
I think that Ray had called on that.
Call the police
Okay.
department.
no, speeding in
Yeah,
the channel.
In the channel.
Well, the PD could dispatch the Marine Patrol, right? So if you
Yeah.
call the PD at the time that these people are tearing it up, call the PD, they'll dispatch a Marine Patrol, they'll go down there and catch them in the act and give them
That, yeah. that-
What is hard for now, the people coming in to ramp on and ramp off, is because now you have the town wharf, but then next to you have a 60-foot boat on the end. They're on the end. They have a couple of them on the end. So it's hard to navigate past these boats because they're overhanging.
Overhang, they're not
They-
supposed to overhang on that side.
Right.
We had a big discussion with them,
that's an enforcement issue.
yeah. You
If
call
there's a
that,
regulation that they're
Yeah.
violating, then it's an enforcement issue.
You need to give me direction as to, with each issue, who I
Well,
need
if
to
you
go
need,
to.
if you need something that's a waterborne violation, the speeding and the wakes and, unsafe navigation or things that are, in the waterfront that are, if you call the police department, they will dispatch the Marine Patrol and they can deal with what they need to in real time. They can see it and they can deal with it versus after the fact. That's probably what you should do with these violations, unsafe situations. That's what I would do, is I would call the PD because they're the ones that are ultimately gonna be dispatching
So,
Marine Patrol.
and also, at your next Noyak Civic Council meeting, from
Right.
what I understand, the chief is coming, so it would be important for your community to attend that meeting and just have a list of your concerns that can be addressed by the police department and harbor patrol. I think that's the 12th, but don't quote me
I
on
think
that.
it's the 13th, maybe Wednesday the 13th, I think the
Okay.
chief is coming
I
out
think-
there.
yeah.
The meeting's on Wednesday,
Okay,
right?
I think so. I
Generally,
think
the
you might
little,
agree.
the little,
The little schoolhouse.
at the little schoolhouse, I think
Right,
it's,
yeah.
I think it's a Wednesday the 13th meeting.
Okay.
I think the chief's gonna be there.
Yes.
He's great,
Yep.
he's very,
Who does, for the suggestion of doing an environmental study of the creek? Does
I
anybody?
mean, we could, kind of look at that and think about that.
Okay,
We do work with a lot of organizations on water quality testing and whatnot.
right.
We would have to sit and take a look at that, you know.
No, Surfrider already tests.
They are.
Yeah, they already test Circle Beach, both the bay side and the creek side. So there is data that dates back 6 to 8 years on water quality. It's only one site in the pond, but it is one site at least.
But is it recent?
Yeah, they test every week.
And they
Oh,
have
they do.
online
Okay.
presence
Yeah,
too.
yeah,
You
yeah.
could look at
Yeah,
data for
Blue
these
Water
locations.
Task Force, if you go
Blue
on
Water
there,
Task
yeah.
Force. And also too, one of the concerns is if you've been down to Pine Neck, you see the sandbar that is growing along Noyak Bay. there is concern that because of now these deep boats, if they have to dredge the inlet, that is now going to cause the sandbar to be even worse.
So you mean the sandbar that
Is
is
outside?
sort of right off of Circle Beach in the bay that's been growing for a couple of years?
Yes.
So that doesn't get touched when there's dredging done. That sandbar has formed on its own over the course of several years. We met there to discuss
Right,
that a couple
right,
years
right.
ago. So when material is moved from Mill Creek, when that dredging is done, it goes up on the beach, and usually it alternates back and forth. So that won't affect that sandbar.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's another problem too, the sandbar, but we'll, yeah.
Another
Okay.
day.
I appreciate, thank you
Thanks for
very
coming
much.
Thank you.
And,
Keep us posted.
okay, and I
We're to help
appreciate
you.
you taking a look at everything.
This is the link for Southampton Online Solutions.
Oh, great. Thank you
Thank you.
everybody for your time.
And the Harbor Patrol was there as much as possible this weekend, patrolling.
Are they getting
There's,
massages or, yeah?
You have to go up
No.
here and talk.
so they're
You gotta be over
five-
there, you can't talk from
Oh,
there
I'm
yet.
sorry, I'm sorry.
There are 5, 6, 7 Harbor Patrol units for the whole town. So some are on land, some are in the boats,
Right.
but they are aware of the situation there. They said prior to this summer, there's never been, that it's been a quiet, very quiet
Area.
situation. This summer, it's really ramped
Right.
up, so they're aware of it, they're on it. Hopefully for all of you in that community, with Labor Day now coming and going, that it'll quiet down for you, but we are trying to look ahead to next summer and get ahead on this.
Okay. Is regarding what's going on, it's commercial property, obviously. When you have commercial property, are you able to do, are you able to do food trucks? Are you able to do,
Hey, Mark, you wanna field
is
that
that
one?
another?
It depends on what permits are applied for and granted, but, I could look into all that.
Yeah,
Okay.
because it's,
That's not trustee, because that's the,
That's town.
Yeah, that's
Right,
why.
right. So do I then contact the
The
town?
code enforcement. Code enforcement.
Okay,
You have to find out what is allowed on our property.
right.
I don't think a restaurant was allowed on our property. I looked at it years ago myself,
Okay,
like 20 years ago.
And there has been, from what I understand, there's been a liquor license applied for there,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
there's, no one at the town level is in favor of that, and the property owner said that my understanding is that he was just doing that on an exploratory basis.
okay.
That's what's making us nervous.
Of
Right.
course.
What
Right.
he has
Right.
planned.
Right,
Right.
of course.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate it.
Have a great one.
Thank you.
All right, is anybody else in the public, anyone on Zoom? Charles needs to address the board, because we're gonna move on with the agenda. If they could put their hand up now, if you're on Zoom and you need to participate in public portion.
No hands.
Okay, thank you, sir. All right, with that being said, I have trustee resolution 2023-242, the application of Laura McKenzie, 6 Feet Act Lane, East Quogue, Suffolk County Tax Map 473-617-34-1000-002-066003, body of water in Dave's Creek. Recommended approval.
Second.
Seconded, trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Warner has 2023-243, application of South Shore Yacht Properties, 36 Newtown Road, Hampton Bays, tax map 900, 188-2-18.1. Another application that was worked on in work session, recommends
Second.
approval. Seconded, trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2023-244, application of 80 Cobb Holdings LLC, 80 Cabal Road Watermill, Suffolk County Tax Map 900, 160-3-18, body of water Burnett Creek. This is to legalize and repair and in-place replacement of existing dock. I'd like to
Second.
recommend its approval.
Seconded by trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2023-245, application of L.K. McLean Associates, P.C., 1194 Flanders Road, Hampton Bays, New York, Suffolk County Tax Map Number 900-147-1-1 and 2, body of water Reeves Bay. I move for this to be approved.
Second.
Seconded trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
So I think the next one has to be tabled.
You wanna read it? Take
Said
it away.
Warner's.
Trustee Resolution 2023-190. I'd like to table this one more time.
Second.
Seconded trustee Parish, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay.
Trustee Resolution 2023-246. It's the denial of a new waterfowl hunting location application of Eric Rayner at Seatuck Creek, Eastport, New York. We discussed this at the last meeting.
Second.
Seconded trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye.
And just for clarification, it's because there's no availability of public access to the blind.
Trustee Resolution 2023-247. This is for in the Edward J. Warner's area. Authorized to expend a tree removal on Old Canoe Place Road, Hampton Bays.
That's,
Total of $9,490.
Right, got a big problem with dying trees.
Second.
Seconded trustee Parish, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2023-248. Authorize the president to sign a document necessary to file a deed accepting property of Old Scholar Pond Road. We've been working on this for 15 years.
Second.
Seconded trustee Parish, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
We got 2023-249, resolution authorizing trustee president to sign agreement for advance payment with the state of New York appropriated certain property owned by the trustees of the freeholders of the commonality of the town of Southampton, and whereas the value of said property is determined to be $41,000, and whereas the state of New York requires that an agreement for advance payment be signed by the president of the trustees, before said payment shall be made, the trustees now therefore be resolved that I, Scott M. Horowitz, am authorized, being authorized to sign for this advance.
Second.
Seconded trustee Pell. All in favor?
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2023-250 to authorize contribution to Sag Harbor Water Quality Initiative, whereas Southampton Town trustees are the owners of underwater land in the Southampton Town portion of the village of Sag Harbor, and whereas the health of these waters, including the products of the waters and other aquatic flora and fauna, is of utmost importance to the trustees, residents, and baymen, whereas it is in the best interest of the residents of the town of Southampton to determine the presence of contaminants in the waters of Sag Harbor that could harm the health of both residents and marine life. Whereas the village of Sag Harbor has agreed to participate in the water quality monitoring program proposed by Dr. Christopher Gobler of Stony Brook University to the Sag Harbor Harbor Committee. Whereas the East Hampton Town trustees, the Southampton Town Board, and the Southampton Town trustees have agreed to contribute funds to this water quality project. Whereas Southampton Town trustees have pledged $2,000 towards this program. Whereas for the sole purpose of adhering to the SUNY Research Foundation's funding requirements, East Hampton Town trustees have agreed to pool these funds of the various entities that are contributing funds in escrow and to pay Dr. Gobler with a check. Now, therefore, be it resolved, the Southampton Town trustees authorize payment in the amount of $2,000 to the East Hampton trustees, and be it further resolved that the president is authorized to execute an agreement appointing East Hampton Town trustees as the escrow agent for the trustees' contribution to this project. I'd like to recommend its
Second.
approval.
Seconded trustee Pell. All in favor?
Aye.
All right.
Trustee Resolution 2023-251, Budget and Finance. This is a very important time for the trustees. Adopt 2024 trustee budget process schedule. Monday, September 18th, 2023, trustees adopt a proposed budget and submit the budget to the town budget office. The proposed budget is filed with the trustees, secretary, and maintained as the public document, which is be mailed upon request and posted website. On Monday, October 2nd, 2023, the notice of hearing details are published, posted 5 days in advance of the public hearing. On Monday, October 16th, the public hearing is on 2024 trustees' annual budget, close the public hearing, adopt on this date, or schedule a special board meeting to adopt the 24 annual budget must be adopted by November 4th. Monday, November 6th, 2023, the trustee secretary delivers the two certified copies of the final annual budget to the town clerk and the town budget office of the annual trustees' budget affixed to the town budget without changes or president of the town supervisor to the county. The county assists and collects the taxes on the real property. Tax are paid to the supervisor, then immediately paid to the trustees' treasurer. So I urge all the public to come on September 18th to hear our first budget. Like to adopt this.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
It's you, Bill.
Yeah, we're just reading it first.
Oh,
Trustee
sorry.
Resolution 2023-252, Budget and Financing. Warrant number 15 of 2023 trustees. Resolved that recommend of the review of the town comptroller the following vendor pay of warrant 15 be approved of $19,181.87. Warrant 15, $19,181.87. Barnwell House of Tires, $938.45. Be Ready, $13,181.25. Card member, $21.45.47. Interscience, $1,373.50. Lopa Equipment, $51.96. Otis Ford, $146.67. Pablo Porbat, $90. Riverhead Bowling Supply, $1,061.37. Town of Southampton to $44.54. Mason, $148.66. Total of $19,181.87.
Second, all in favor?
All right.
Aye.
Trustee Resolution 2023-253.
Do we need to discuss this a little?
Yeah, I'm going to
further
table this if
before
you give me a minute.
Sorry.
Trustee Resolution 2023-253, authorize to push material for Little Fish Pond walkway and stairs. I'd like to table this to the next meeting.
Second.
Second, trustee Parish, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, we do have a walk-on resolution, like permission to,
Second.
second, trustee Pell, all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, so now the walk-on resolution is to authorize expenditure of cut opening signs from Fisher Signs and Certs, whereas the cut opening signs help keep Southampton town water safe, whereas Fisher Signs and Certs have furnished a quote and have a Southampton town contract, and whereas the Board of Trustees Resolution 2023-1 requires an authorizing resolution for any expenditure in excess of $1,000, and therefore be it resolved that the trustees authorize the purchase of cut opening signs from Fisher Signs and Certs.
So just for clarification's sake, because there was an inquiry made previously, this amount is for 6 of the cut opening signs.
6 signs for $1,050.
Yep. They are signs that are 3 feet, I don't have the exact dimensions, but they're approximately 3 feet by 4 feet for public safety.
Okay, I made a motion.
Motion, second.
Seconded, trustee Welker, all in favor?
Aye.
All right, we get some new signs. I know we had a lot of discussions at the work session. Is there any further discussions at the trustees?
Quick update.
Quick update?
Just to, at the risk of being repetitive, but both Mecox and SAG will be opened this week. They were open July 20th and 21st, I believe, but due to the unprecedented amounts of rains in almost every storm that we've been subjected to during the past month, it is necessary to open again. So we will be opening also. Mill Pond, we will be scheduling the water lily removal probably within the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'll keep you updated on that.
Great. Anybody else have anything more to add? That we've been a full day
Full day.
work session. All right, so at that being said, I will offer a motion to adjourn and go into exec session. We done with exec session. Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Seconded, trustee Pell. All in favor?
Aye.
Have a great afternoon, everybody.
Thank you, everyone.